You are listening to the Dudes Beer Talk Podcast, a deeper look into the psyches of dudes who have opinions on stuff and things. And they also like beer. Dudes Beer Talk. We're in Santa Cruz Mountains.
For those of you who don't know, World War III is about to start, so Scott and I are in a bunker. We're not paranoid at all. Not at all.
I think Donald Trump is humping this dog's leg outside, and he's ready to push the button.
Well, apparently Lithuania is really pissed at the United States, and apparently they have a whole bunch of nukes. And so we're hanging out, and then apparently Donald Trump said something about their prime minister's daughter's ass, about being nice, about grabbing her pussy or something, and now we might be going to war. So anyway, but fuck all that shit. So we are...
Dudes Beer Talk.
Yeah, baby, yeah. And the world might be ending, so we said, fuck it, we're going to keep having fun, right?
Yes!
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But we're not quite at the cheers point yet, so...
Yes.
I'm Scott.
Kevin.
Woo-hoo. Oh, and before we start, I've been remiss in asking you to subscribe. Subscribe to this
and like
podcast.
Us, please.
And you don't even have to like us. Just subscribe.
You have to like us.
Yeah, okay, like us too.
Like us.
Like us too. Okay, so, well, anyway, before we go any further, you want to introduce our producer for the night?
Okay, it's a little weird. So we were kind of going back and forth about whether or not we should actually allow this secret to come out because there's been a lot of people who've been like really let's just say the CIA and the FBI is not particularly happy about this particular situation. But we're gonna go ahead and do a big reveal here. Yeah. So about 15 years ago, Scott and I we were in Antarctica. Mm-hmm. We were seeing if how manly we were if we could actually take a 12-pack of Budweiser up in the snow and let it turn slushy and drink beer just wearing bathing suits.
It was pretty badass.
We were manly enough to do that, and we did it. We did it. We were badass. We were badass. It's a little bit of hypothermia. No big deal. So anyway, there was this big kind of sort of like a tall ape, white hairy creature that came up to us, 8 feet tall, real hairy, but walking on twos, like a gorilla, with big feet,
kind of like a yeti.
Kind of like a yeti. So anyway, this creature gave us a baby of its species, and then it because apparently it was dying, so it was kind of speaking some kind of language, right? And so we took this baby, we raised as our own. We kind of kept her with the puppies for a while.
And to keep her like in the human race, we shaved her down.
She kind of ate the puppies. She ate the puppies raw, and then so we ate the cats and then the goldfish. Yeah. So anyway, we raised her on our own, and she's actually quite intelligent. So basically, Moya, who is our producer, is an abominable snow woman.
Yes, she is.
Yes, 14-year-old abominable snow woman.
But you would never know, except for the protruding forehead, but she's all shaved down. She doesn't have any hair.
And the fangs. The fangs are kind of a giveaway.
Oh, and the feet that are like, the size of a professional
very,
basketball
very
players.
Big, hairy feet. And there are no dogs in the neighborhood. Go figure. But anyway, right? So we thought we'd do that big reveal. And so, yay, Moya. Say hi, Moya.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
The shaved, abominable snow woman. Only here on Dudes Beer Talk. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that being said, what is the beer or
our
beverage?
Tasty beverage this evening, morning, or afternoon, depending on what time you see this podcast, is a lovely little thing called Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath. Woo! I didn't get this. When I bought this, it had nothing to do with the fact that there was a dragon with a sword on there. So this is a hard apple cider spiced with ginger. I'm really excited to try this out.
It sounds good. You've already got the pinky going, dude.
Already got the pinky, got the Irish pinky going.
So I noticed two things about it.
Yes, yes, two
Product of England, and it's 6% alcohol, which is pretty decent for a cider.
It's from England.
England.
Well, you ready to crack these puppies open? All right.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Almost.
All right.
Cheers.
To the Irish.
You don't hear it, though. You just pretend you heard a clink.
No, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of ciders anyway.
That is really good. So I really like like Reed's ginger beer and a bunch of other beers.
Reed's is great.
And Moscow Mules and stuff like that. And so this is really, really good. It kind of reminds me of that. It's definitely, I know it's a hard apple cider and all that, but it kind of tastes like a ginger beer.
Yeah, but
it's quite good.
It's interesting. I'm actually tasting lemon. Like some kind of citrus.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. It's definitely got that lemon flavor to it.
Yeah.
This is very good. I would highly recommend it. It's only 258 calories.
Oh, that's good. So it's Williams Dragon Breath. Williams is.
So I didn't say the name of the producer, the person who actually makes this stuff.
So
Williams, very good.
Pardon me.
Kudos, Williams.
As I swallowed down the wrong tube. Now.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! All right, yes. So, Scotty LJ, so what is the topic as I say about
I'm thinking as we get closer to the end of the year, I start reminiscing on the great days of the past and great movies that we've seen. And I realized that there were so many movies that deserve recognition as we come to a close in this year. I think that was 1984, if I'm not mistaken.
God, that's a memory for you. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about and imbibe about movies.
Woo! This is flick night. Yeah, baby, flick night.
Even though we're not watching a flick, we're foregoing our flicks just so you can have some entertainment.
For you. This is for you.
It is.
You made us rich. You made us millionaires, so we're here for you now.
And then we went broke again because we gambled it all away.
In Vegas. Yeah, sorry. It was worth it. We put 10 trillion on black. Lost. Anyway, we'll get it back.
Yes.
We'll get it back. We'll be back on top.
Okay, so before we go sci-fi, because we're both sci-fi heads, I know we're going to go there, and I know that I have a feeling there's going to be stuff we talk about. But let's talk about when we were back in high school the first time. Dude, I'm thinking
Porn's way more accessible now.
Well, yeah, but what about like the John Hughes movies? Do you remember John Hughes?
No.
John Hughes was like a director that did all of the coming-of-age movies, including like 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and all the...
Yes. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Breakfast Club is a good movie as well, yeah.
Dude, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, I watched it again a couple of weeks ago, and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking... I never knew this before, but Ferris is a fucking sociopath.
Oh, he's a total sociopath. Yeah. My favorite scene in that movie, and there's a lot of roaring moments, but my particular just personal favorite is he's at the end of the movie, he's running home, and he's in, and the principal's after him, and he's got to get there before the principal gets there, or he's totally busted, and everything's missed, and he's running through backyards, and he's just booking, and he jumps through, he goes to this backyard, runs back two really hot chicks in bikinis,
yep.
and he stops, turns around, walks over.
Hi, Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller.
Hey, it's Ferris Bueller. That's my favorite part of the whole movie.
That doesn't even mention the fact that he's got this really slamming hot girlfriend named Sloane Peterson.
Right. Yeah. Who he's gonna marry before she goes off to college.
Oh God, yeah.
It's amazing how well I remember that movie.
Yeah, totally, dude. And you remember who Sloane Peterson's dad was, right?
No, I don't remember that.
Sergeant Peterson of the Chicago Police.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to see you in person. I got some words to say to you. God damn it. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yes, so
great flick.
John Hughes, okay, and then you got honorable mention. We're guys, so we can't really focus too much on John Hughes. We might be questioning our preferences. Not that it matters. But let's see. So Pretty in Pink, I believe. I don't know if I ever even saw Pretty 16 Candles.
16 Candles. I don't know if I ever even saw 16 Candles.
Okay. Then how about Breakfast Club?
Oh, of course, I saw Breakfast Club. Yeah,
dude. So that's cool.
Smoke up, Johnny. Oh yeah.
Throws me a pack of cigarettes, a box of cigarettes. And says, "Smoke up, Johnny." That's what I got for Christmas.
What was Molly Ringworm's character's name in that movie? I love the scene where she puts the lipstick in her tits. And
I know.
Puts the lipstick on.
Claire.
Her best scene ever. Best scene that she ever did. Ever. Oh, they shut down the school. Claire didn't show up.
Well, it'd be amazing how she did that, though. That was a feat, because when you have A-cup breasts, how do you freaking get those freaking things through there?
Yeah, fake ones.
She didn't have fake ones back then. She was in her teens still, and that was the 80s when it was okay to,
that's true.
I didn't say that. I mean, it's always okay.
It's always, ooh, all right, yeah.
But,
in trouble there.
And, I'm going to stick with the 80s theme, though, really quickly, and then we'll kind of regress.
Deviate,
but the movie that I think, deserves an honorable mention as well is Revenge of the Nerds, both 1 and 2.
Great flick. Nerds! Great flick. Well, it was the first movie to really say... to address the whole nerds versus jock thing.
Yep.
And to basically be like, fuck you, jock. That's pretty cool. Well, now by the time in the 80s, the cliques weren't nerd jock.
I just screwed your girlfriend. Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, in the 80s, the cliques were, you had mods. I called them mods because they always hated that. The industrial rockers or whatever.
The now emos.
What they call now emo, the goths. There were the stoners, which were really the rockers. I don't know why they called them stoners. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of marijuana going on there, but that's not, I don't know why they call them stoners. But those are the rockers, and then you had the New Wavers, go with the flow, Duran Duran, and then...
I don't think the New Wavers ever said, go with the flow, man.
Oh, they did in like the early 80s. They were go with the flow, that was the big thing. And then they all got into like, what was it, Motley Crue, and when metal got big in the 80s. It was originally a little bit underground. It was a pinch underground. It's like number 2.
Pardon me. Yes.
And then there were the jocks, but there were also a lot of punk rockers and skaters.
And band geeks and drama geeks.
And band geeks and stuff like that. But, Reds with the Verge, they broke it down to nerds and jocks, which is kind of the way it was in the 50s. It was a good movie. It wasn't the 50s, though. But yes, okay, that's cool. So. I do believe my favorite romance movie of all time came out in the 80s, too.
You have a favorite romance movie?
The Princess Bride.
Oh, God, yes. Dude.
That's definitely my favorite romance. It's a
interesting.
great movie.
It's interesting
it's a comedy,
that
our producer,
the Abominable Snow Woman, had a visceral reaction to.
Oh, she loves
Princess
that movie.
Bride.
She loves that movie. Actually, the first time she saw it, she just kind of jumped up and down. Kind of broke the floor a little bit, but the cops called the neighbors. But
we realized it wasn't just
because called the cops, stuff like that.
It wasn't just because of the movie; it was because her hair was growing back on her face, so we had to take it back and shave her down again.
And she was teething. When those fangs come in, it's very painful for Abominable Snow Women.
And painful for the people raising Abominable Snow Women.
That's right. Yeah, got some scars.
Yeah, we totally do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But so okay. Let me think here. I mean, if we look around that era, I can't really think of any other movies that really stood out to me from the 80s.
Oh, Return of the Jedi.
Well, yeah, but that was like the redheaded stepchild. I liked it best, but it was like the redheaded stepchild of the trilogy.
Yes.
So I think if we're going to talk about that, we need to talk about A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, by far and away, still the best Star Wars movie ever made, including everything, Clone Wars, all of it. Empire Strikes Back. Still
I don't
the best.
see that though. I don't understand it. I like the setting. I like the planet Hoth. I like all of the freaking the scenarios. I like what it looks like, the cinematography. I wasn't super into the story.
Oh, well, the thing that's really cool about Empire Strikes Back is the only movie that has a good percentage of the movie focuses on what a dark, badass Darth Vader is. And that's what I like about it, because Darth Vader, not Anakin Skywalker so much, but Darth Vader is my favorite character of the Star Wars films. And they're talking right now, they're talking about doing all these one-offs, and they're probably going to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, they're going to do a Solo movie. I wish they'd do a Darth Vader movie before James Earl Jones dies. Let's have a movie that's just Darth Vader killing Jedis. I mean,
that'd be rad, dude.
I mean, just a badass. Oh, here's Vader doing what he did. Here's which I'm really happy that they had that scene in Rogue One where he's just a badass, and that was like they barely even got to that one.
Oh, I know.
But yeah,
I don't think that freaking Hayden Christensen did that character any good.
Well, I mean, George Lucas will turn a good actor into a bad actor.
I'm curious to see what Disney does with it. I don't think. Like I mentioned before in a podcast, I didn't like Rogue One. Yeah, there were a lot of Easter eggs in there. I understood a lot of the Easter eggs. I knew most of them.
Easter eggs, yeah.
But I just didn't think it was that good. I mean, it was just characters I couldn't get really into.
Yeah.
I did like The Force Awakens.
I like The Force Awakens. I had the things I like about it, things I don't like about it. They just did a lot of really cool stuff. I like Daisy Ridley. I like her character.
Yeah.
I like the character a lot. I love what they did with Han Solo. I love how they brought Han Solo. They really did a montage at the word I'm looking for. They did an honoring or a bow of thank you for Indiana Jones, because Han Solo in that movie is like half Indiana Jones. And it's really honoring the Harrison Ford action star. And I thought that was fucking awesome. As far heart-wrenching as it is to lose Han Solo, I actually like that they killed Han Solo.
Why is that?
Well, the reason is, and Harrison Ford was saying this way back before Return of the Jedi came out, when he was saying they should kill off the character. The thing is like, Han Solo is a scoundrel, he's a scumbag, but he's a scumbag with a good heart, but he's keeping it hidden.
And he found redemption.
After he, he is no longer Han Solo once he survives the beginning of Return of the Jedi, because he can only be redeemed because the scumbag scoundrel who would never bend over, he would not save someone the way he was saved. So he can only become no longer that scoundrel.
Yeah.
So Han Solo does die.
Yes.
And they kind of address that in the movie where Han Solo's, I went back to what I was doing before. I became the Han Solo before because the Han Solo post Return of the Jedi couldn't be the same guy.
That's true.
So I thought it was kind of cool. It's like I like the idea more of here's a scumbag. He unleashes. You push him to shove. He's got a good heart, and he ends up dying in the process. It's just a better storyline. So I was kind of glad. I love the character of Han Solo, but I was actually glad they killed him.
That's true. I think they did a really good job. But whatever. We'll see what happens with The Last Jedi. I'm kind of curious to see what goes down. Before we end, I know that we're even past our time. We're going to take it a little longer here, but theories. It's been long my contention that Daisy Ridley, a.k.a.
is a dude.
Oh, she's a dude.
She's got a penis.
Really big one. But her character, I forget her character's name.
Ray.
Ray. I remember Kylo Ren. You were calling him Ben Solo. I mean, come on. This is
his real fucking name, you know?
Yeah, don't you fucking know? You fucking prick.
You fucking prick.
But the thing is, so Ray, dude, I mean, I still contend that she is Anakin Skywalker reincarnated.
Now, I've read that one. Now I have this thing about... This is what I think, and I think this is what I think Disney should do, and they've already done some things that I thought they shouldn't do, so I'm going to put it that way. This is what I think they should do. Now, Rey bested a Skywalker, a trained Skywalker, a Skywalker that was trained by Luke Skywalker, one of the, if you follow the actual storyline of Star Wars, one of the most badass Force users in the galaxy in recorded history. His dad being the other most badass, one of the most badass. So the Skywalker line is supposed to have the highest power of the Force known. And so Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, is trained by Luke Skywalker and then trained by this guy. He's trained by Smeagol, who is supposed to be apparently more of a badass dark side user than the Emperor. And Rey comes up not knowing her head from a hole in the ground as far as the Force, and whoops his ass. Like she just starts to get a hint that maybe she's Force sensitive, starting to get a hint that maybe she's got something going on, and just starts kind of doing a little bit of the Force mantra in her head and kicks his ass. So that says to me that she is a Barney badass Force user that is beyond the power of a Skywalker.
But haven't they said that every main movie is going to be focused on a Skywalker?
Yeah, well, they have Kylo Ren. But here's the thing.
He's not a Skywalker.
So this is the only out. This is the only
Solo.
This is the only way I think Disney can get this right. And I feel like they've already gotten things wrong. So who knows what happened. I believe that the only thing that they can do, and this is what I hope they do, is that Rey is Luke Skywalker's daughter, and i.e. Anakin Skywalker's granddaughter, and that Luke impregnated Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter, who we're going to find out about in the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that's already being made.
Well, it's twisted.
And so that Rey is the granddaughter of Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we have a Skywalker Kenobi, and that is why Rey is such a badass. For the record, Lucas hella fucked up. On that note, I have to say this out loud. You have this magical power called the Force that is passed down genetically, and throughout the entire galaxy, this group called the Jedi, which are the biggest wielders of this power, go out into the galaxy and find the strongest Force users, bring them in and train them, and then force them to not breed.
Yeah. Go figure.
So wait a minute, let me get this straight. The best way to have the most powerful Force users is to have them have children, and then you keep them from having children. George, you fucked up. You fucked up.
You
right
did,
there.
George.
Right there, you fucked up. Anyway, that's what I think. My 2 cents.
So this turned from
Nerd up!
Cheers! This turned from a movie day or a movie night to a Star Wars movie night with a little bit of John Hughes in there. You know, the last thing I want to ask you before we close this episode out, since this is now a Disney movie, I'm wondering if they're going to slip a penis in, but this time it's going to be like the Sith Lord is going to flip his lightsaber out. It's going to have a penis head on top of it.
It's already been done.
It's going to have cock and balls on it.
I can see your Schwartz is as big as mine. You guys know that reference? Spaceballs, baby. It's already been done. So one of the things Scott's referring to is there's one of the Disney movies has one of the princess castles on it.
All of the movies, they each have a...
And one of them's just like a blatant penis with a vein in it. I mean, it's really bad.
It's a huge schlong.
It's really bad. And it's purple. I can't remember which movie that was. But yeah, they do that shit all the time.
But here's the thing that's wrong about it.
What, that's wrong? Something wrong
It's
about
white.
Oh my God. Nobody said a white cock. Come on. What the fuck?
I think we've had enough, Kevin.
Cheers.
Cheers. We've been doing
Nerd out.
You've been good. This has been a presentation of the Dudes Beers Talk podcast. The views expressed by the host may not actually reflect the views of the hosts or anyone who has any legal authority or actual money to afford a lawsuit. So chill the hell out. After all, there was beer involved.